Anubis, the dark charisma of the Egyptian god of the underworld. He wasn't just a god, he was a guardian of souls, a master of secrets cloaked in shadow. Anubis, the jackal-headed deity of the dead, held a charisma so dark, even pharaohs feared his gaze. But what made him so powerful, so irresistible? And why does his legend still haunt the sands of time? Long before Osiris ruled the land of the dead, there was Anubis. In the earliest Egyptian mythology, Anubis, or Inpu, was the original god of the afterlife. He predates many of the more well-known deities, emerging in texts from the Old Kingdom over 4,000 years ago. His form, the sleek, black jackal, an animal known to prowl cemeteries. Egyptians believed this scavenger protected graves and guided lost souls. In the eyes of the people, Anubis wasn't a monster. He was a protector. As the mythology evolved, Anubis's role shifted, not as a rival, but as a loyal servant to the greater gods, especially Osiris, the god of resurrection. And thus, Anubis became the embalmer, the one who prepared the dead for eternity. But let's talk about the charisma. What makes a god of death appealing? Anubis wasn't just feared, he was revered, loved, and even prayed to. While other deities ruled from the heavens, Anubis walked among the tombs. He was personal, intimate. He touched every Egyptian's life at the moment of death. Priests who embalmed bodies would don the mask of Anubis, believing they were channeling his sacred power. He was the guide through the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, leading souls through chaos toward eternal peace. His image was everywhere, carved into sarcophagi, worn as protection. His dark charisma wasn't about fear, it was about trust. Egyptians believed that Anubis would be there when no one else could, at the threshold of life and death. In one of the most iconic myths, Anubis performs the weighing of the heart, a ritual that determined a soul's fate. The heart of the deceased was placed on a scale and weighed against the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth and justice. If the heart was heavier, tainted by sin, it would be devoured by the monstrous Amit. But if it balanced, the soul passed on in peace. Anubis didn't judge, he didn't speak. He observed, a silent sentinel, making sure the process was just. That kind of detached authority, that's power, that's charisma. Though Anubis once held the title of God of the Dead, he gracefully stepped aside when Osiris took the throne. But that didn't lessen his power, it refined it. Legend says it was Anubis who embalmed Osiris after he was murdered by Set. It was Anubis who stood by Isis in her grief. He became a figure of loyalty, humility, and unwavering duty. He wasn't power-hungry, he was precise, focused. He knew his role and fulfilled it with a cold, steady grace. Today, Anubis is more than myth. He's a pop culture icon. From films like The Mummy to video games like Assassin's Creed, Origins, his image evokes instant mystery. Artists, writers, and gamers are drawn to his form, sleek, ancient, enigmatic. He stands at the edge of light and shadow, old yet timeless, a symbol of mystery, justice, and the beauty of what lies beyond. In a world obsessed with life and glory, Anubis reminds us of something deeper, that death is not to be feared, but understood, that even in the darkest places, there is order, grace, and a guardian. Thanks for joining us in the shadow of the gods. Until next time, walk wisely.